guest that is the only person below White Holiday in the Comicsgate phone book. It's my favorite failed clone of Peter Sametti. The YouTube WyzGyz. How you doing, Conrad? Welcome to the show.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to WyzGyzEntertainment. This is your host, Wyman. We are joined today by our special guest. Is it pronounced Eudaimonia?
No, it's pronounced JP.
There you go. There you go. You got me there. How are you doing, sir?
I am tired but good. How are you, sir?
Good, good, good. Good to see you again.
Yeah.
Been too long.
Yeah, I think I was. Yeah, I need to start getting out more and just doing kind of friendly streams instead of just chilling.
Oh, yeah, for sure. They're a lot of fun. Excuse me. You know what? I guess there's enough light. Wow. They're so washed out. Anyway, excuse me. I'm looking at my background being semi-washed out. All right.
Well, apparently you need to have like a green screen and then like some flames or something going on in the background.
Oh no, I'm burning in hell.
Yeah, I know. You need to put out the impression that you plug too many things into an outlet and your moments from your demise.
There you go. That'll get people riled up and ready to go. Keep the energy and excitement up. So since it has been so long, you mind taking a blast of the past and sharing your quote-unquote origin story, how you grew up, what you were into as a kid, whether it be movies, comics, toys, and what have you, and the major moments in your life that led you down to becoming this independent creator.
Well, let's see. I was born in Philadelphia. I grew up in Amish country. I wasn't really into a lot of things as a kid. Like I read comics and I played some sports a little bit, but I didn't really find any passions until like much later in life. I went to the University of Oregon and let's see here. The defining moment for me was my dad had this insurance office and I would, go to the office with him sometimes. And like every boy wants to be his father. And I would just go to the office and I would listen to my dad talk to like customers from all walks of life. And he would just like tell jokes and tell stories. And that's what I wanted to be. I wanted to be a storyteller. So when I went to the University of Oregon and I studied literature and creative writing, I just sat down, I started writing Eudaimonia, my first book. And in my last semester there, I took a comic studies course, which some people don't even know exists, but you actually study comic books. And, I'm reading through like Ditko Kirby era stuff. And I was just kind of floored by it because as a kid, I was more reading like 80s, 90s stuff. So for the final project for the year, we're basically told we can just do anything we want as long as it involves comic books. And I started just penciling a kind of crude version of Eudaimonia, like the full thing. It ended up being like 25 pages. And I kind of discovered over the process of just doing that project that like comics are just perfect for me. Like the way I tell stories, the way I have everything, just A to B to C to D. This happened, then this happened, then this happened. That writing a script and just describing it visually for an artist to kind of, prop up my writing was just like the recipe for success. And so I just immediately I hit the ground running and I started putting together, finding artists, letterers, and just started building this brand from the ground up, like just Eudaimonia #1, then moved us over to Eudaimonia #2, and then started working on How to Die, and now this is my first like big, large scale project, Noirlem.
Okay. Right on. Just a couple of miscellaneous questions. So, you grew up in Amish country, but do you consider yourself Amish?
No, it's
I
was born in Philadelphia, and we moved out to Lancaster when I was like 6. And then Lancaster is has all these Amish communities, but there's also like an inner city too. And so my dad's office was in the inner city, and I just love going into the inner city anywhere. No, I would say the opposite. I would say because I love cities so much that for the Amish, I'm just like, great food though. Like the best food in the world.
No, I'm sure. Yeah. And in your studies, tell me a little bit more about comic book courses. I mean, is it just a single class for like one semester, or do you actually take a few classes involving comic books?
I only took the one course, but it was like a really condensed, comprehensive history of comics. So we read like the entire major canon of comic books. Not the entire thing, but like a lot. Like we read a lot of it. I kind of checked out on a lot of the modern stuff because it was like obvious. It was obviously them trying to shoehorn in, stuff that really doesn't matter, like Jessica Jones. But like, and then because University of Oregon has I think they have a dedicated comic studies department. Some colleges do, some colleges don't.
Mm-hmm.
We got they brought in like 3 or 4 actual like names in the industry to come talk to us. So like Greg Rucka came out for a random class and just talked to us. David Walker showed up one day, but I don't know who does or doesn't have a comic studies department, but it does exist. That is a thing you can major in, I think.
Okay. And I mean, I was also curious as to how they run that kind of course. I mean, do they provide all the comics for everyone, all the students to read, or are you expected to go out?
Yeah, so like I said, that they kind of shoehorn in some things. If you were curious as to how some comic books today, like, or how some creators are even still, they still have their job. It's kind of like a way to prop up sales of books. So the university will buy like just a ton of them and then sell them in the bookstore.
Okay, all right, gotcha. Wow.
Yeah, so you hear about Scholastic. This is like another facet of it.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm familiar with Scholastic. So the reason for the season, as it were, is we've got Noirlem that's funding now. What was the spark that came up with the idea for Noirlem?
So Eudaimonia was inspired by World War I literature. World War I is one of my favorite genres, or I guess like moments in literary history. The Harlem Renaissance is my other favorite. I read a lot of like older books. And so this is my creation of something that's in conversation with that kind of artistic movement. The Harlem Renaissance plus, detective stories never go out of style, right? There's probably like 10 detective shows on BBC right now in some capacity. So it's like, it's an archetype of story that people are always enamored by. But I just have never seen one set in 1920s Harlem, except for Harlem Nights. I know that exists. And I just thought it'd be really fascinating to kind of explore Harlem in the 20s, because a lot of times when we see like the Roaring 20s, we see like champagne and ritzy parties and women in pretty dresses. This is more of like a blue collar kind of a down and dirty working class neighborhood kind of a thing. So it takes place in Harlem, Morningside Heights, the neighborhoods around Columbia University at the time, all along the Hudson River. So it's a little bit more of a blue collar tale.
Cool. cool. So it was just a matter of wanting to tell a story in that environment, but also have like a kind of a crime drama aspect to it, a mystery.
Yeah. Yeah, there are a lot of characters and callbacks in the story that are from really great writers and poets and artists that I admire from the Harlem Renaissance. So one of the main characters' name is J. Baldwin. That's a reference to the great writer James Baldwin. I don't know how people would feel about having murder victims named after famous authors, but that's in there too.
I'm not sure. I guess unless I actually recognize the names, it probably wouldn't be a big deal for me. I don't know. Even if I did recognize them, would it be a big deal at all? I don't know.
Coleman Carmichael is named after Coleman Hughes, who he's still alive. He's a young thinker of today. And the Carmichael comes from Philadelphia Eagles wide receiver Freddie Carmichael. So there's a little, I mix it around a little bit.
Cool. Excuse me. Yeah. So anyone interested who hasn't yet backed this campaign, be sure and back it. It is in funding stage right now. Back it once, back it twice, back it 3 times a lady, and share it with all your social media. And if you back it during the stream, go ahead and post what backer number you are, if you would. This is your 5th campaign already. By golly.
5th campaign, 4th book.
Cruising right along, man. Pretty exciting stuff. Wait a minute. How come let me see something here. Why am I not? I was logged in.
You might not have joined the mailing list.
Oh, man, that would suck if I forgot to sign up for the mailing list. It's weird. Sometimes it seems to automatically log me in.
Indiegogo, like my campaign must have broken Indiegogo because it was bugging out so hard yesterday. Like people were getting, somebody backed and they were backer number like 33, but it showed them that they were backer number like 43. So they were like, oh my gosh, you got 10 more backers. I'm like, I didn't.
I don't know if it was actually the case for your campaign, but I know for Indiegogo in general, there are cases where if there's a discrepancy between your backer number and how many backers are listed, there's like, not only is there a kind of delay, it might reflect the number of backers pretty quickly, but then it won't reflect the amount of USD for a short time after that. But then there's also a case where, and again, I don't know if this was at all what happened for you. People will back a campaign, but then they might request a refund, and then those that are refunded still count as a backer number.
Okay.
So when you go to back, it might might cause a discrepancy where they won't match up. But I can't imagine so many. I can't imagine 10 of them.
Yeah. You know what? It's just the campaign was so good. I broke the system.
Yeah, it looks that way. Excuse me. Welcome everyone to the stream. Appreciate your being here. We're checking out Noirlem, JP's newest project, 90-page noir detective graphic novel set in 1920s Harlem. So you've done a lot of reading on Harlem and the 20s specifically, or have you like studied several decades and then ultimately decided 20s is where it's at? I'm going to focus on that.
Yeah, I mean, I've read a lot of literature from the period, but as far as studying the area, I mostly focused on the 20s, like lingo. There's an anachronism though, because with the Zippo lighter, the Zippo doesn't really hit the market until 1932. So I hope people will forgive me if. Yeah, I actually set the book in 1929 because there's a scene where Coleman punches somebody in the face and then, gives them a bag of frozen peas to put on their face. And frozen peas didn't hit the market till 1929, so the book takes place in 1929.
So the story was written around a bag of
frozen peas.
Couple of real wise guys. Let's play this trailer here. Wow, that was cool.
I listened to that trailer I've watched it 10 times in the last day, and I never get tired of it.
Did you put it together, or did you?
Yeah.
Have to do it?
Yeah, no, I spent a long. Yeah, I was, because what happened was I had to do the How to Die campaign twice, because I'm pretty sure it was because I used copywritten music in the trailer, and so the campaign just got nuked. It got shadow banned, and nobody could see it. You couldn't see the campaign unless I sent you a link to it, which is why I did so poorly. And I had to redo a campaign, without that kind of mailing list backer momentum. And so I had two kind of campaigns. So this time I'm an idiot, but I do learn. I just spent a lot of time looking into public domain, no copyright music, and looking for that piece of music that's going to suit the trailer perfectly.
Yeah, that was. I love the music on it, and it. Welcome, the lovely Sherry. Good morning. How are you?
Hey, Sherry.
Thanks for hopping in. Anyone who's interested, be sure and back this. It is available to back right now. Consider picking yourself up a copy. Maybe even get a couple more. We are in funding now. Yeah, that's pretty sweet. I like the music. I like the storytelling in the trailer itself. And I was going to ask at first if you were the one playing the music.
Oh, yeah, no.
Wow. This is looking good in terms of possible projections on your final tally. So did you just say that you were having some challenges with How to Die? There were you ran the campaign twice, and both times it was shadow ban or something?
No, the first time it was shadow banned, but it's the way a campaign functions, you put together your mailing list, and then the momentum of your mailing list backers will kind of keep you trending on the trending page. So if you have a campaign without that, if you go to Indiegogo and you go into comics and you sort by new, and you go all the way down to the bottom and you see those campaigns that have no funding, those campaigns are mostly there because they didn't promote the book before launch. They didn't put together a mailing list. They thought that could just throw a campaign up and people would just back it just because it's there. When the reality is there's a step-by-step process that you have to follow. So getting on that trending page and staying there that's what leads to a successful campaign. And so when I went to redo the campaign, I didn't have any of that because my mailing list backers had already backed the first campaign and it funded, but I can't do that again. So it was like that one crucial step kind of made it into having just two really crappy campaigns.
So did you back up the mailing list information from, as I understand, it's like an Excel, maybe.
Yeah. No, I mean, I didn't do anything with the first campaign. I didn't cancel it or anything. I still fulfilled it. You know what I mean? Like I just did two mini campaigns that didn't amount to what I had hoped they would. But again, it was my fault. It was my doing.
You were able to back up your mailing list, right? So you could advertise to the same group in case they wanted to back again.
Yep.
Right on. It says it's an 80-page book, so that's going to be perfect bound, I presume?
90 pages, actually. But
90
yes.
pages. Whoops.
Yeah, for the first time, I have to make a spine.
All right, so it's 90-page, and wow, back-to-back content. That's cool. Pretty sweet. So we might get to it later, but do you have plans on making it hardcover, or are you going to keep it as perfect bound softcover?
So this is where it gets kind of interesting. I've done all of the printing for my previous books. I will not be doing the printing for this one. This book has been acquired by an actual publisher.
Oh, it has?
Yeah. I can't say who they are because I had to sign a non-disclosure agreement, but the exciting part about that is that this book is going to be printed by professionals, not, amateur me. So I don't want to say too much about how the printing will be because I'm not going to be doing it personally. I don't want to misspeak. What I'll be doing is I'll be getting copies from the publisher to fulfill my backers and then adding in like the perks and all that myself.
Okay. So does this mean that the backers will still get the book first before it goes getting published worldwide?
They should, yes.
Okay.
They should get it first, and they should be getting all the exclusive things, the signature, the Zippo, the mystery super secret perk that I'm including.
All right. Yeah, definitely got to treat the backers right. Hello, Lola. Welcome. Yo. Hey, Nicotronis. Hail. Congrats on the launch stream. Yeah, he started his launch Friday, technically, and is going Saturday and Sunday as well. So he's got a lot of promoting to do still to go. Hello. Yeah, your previous book was really good, really beautiful. A lot of good reviews there.
Yeah, one of the things that was nice yesterday was making the rounds and hearing how many people remembered that book.
Oh yeah, of course. It's still going to be on people's minds. It wasn't. It was fulfilled, wasn't it, last year? Or was it actually?
I don't know, man. I think time is going faster than you think.
Yeah, beautiful art. So this is, you've got this tied to a publisher who's going to be doing all the printing for you. And how then are you? All right. So Publisher prints out the final product, gets it to you so you can fulfill the backers of the Indiegogo first with all the swag, and then you take and fulfill. Are you doing like what a lot of creators are doing in like Gemini mailers, going that route? Are you doing media mail?
Always, no. Well, media mail, yes, but always a Gemini mailer. Like even if I'm, let's say for example, somebody buys the first edition bundle and gets like 5 books. That just means a box filled with Gemini, or a box of Gemini mailers. Like no book goes out without a Gemini mailer.
All right, right on. Cool. Welcome, Pops. What's up? Heyo. The colors were spectacular. How can I not remember it? It's just with all my CG books that I have received. Yeah, really nice. Everyone, if you haven't backed it yet, be sure and back it. It is funding. Funding just started Friday, if I recall, and is moving at a nice clip. Back at once, back at twice, back at 3 times a lady. And you're looking at 90 pages of detective thriller set in 1920s Harlem. Murderous intrigue, a mystery, old New York. This is going to be trippy. This is going to be really cool. I'm looking forward to it. If you do get a chance to back it during this stream, please post in the chat what your backer number is, so we can celebrate you, of course. Let's see here. 90 color page, full color pages. Standard comic size, 6.85 inches by 10.65 inches. Interior page previews. Salted tomatoes. Is this like is this set up like you got the book, but there's maybe broken into chapters, and then there's oh wait, no, hold on. It's a full graphic novel. Do you even have like?
It's 3 chapters, but I always need to title my chapters. I can't just have it say chapter. I always have to have something there, something that kind of summarizes it.
So Salted Tomatoes will be one of your 3 chapters?
Yep.
All right.
That's chapter 1.
Gotcha. And then you got this. I remember checking this out when you were last on my show. I was really digging the artwork and the coloring. Pretty sweet. Some of the lines still throw me off.
Yeah.
But it's real cool. I like this style. I mean, when you were searching around for artists, refresh my memory, were they already doing this kind of style, or were you describing what you wanted and they kind of said, all right, let me give it a try. Let me see if I can pull off what you're envisioning.
Yeah, I usually do when I'm searching out artists, I'll usually have I'll have someone do like 1 page. Like I'll just send them a page of script, give them a little bit of background, have them do a page, and then just keep at it until I find the right one. So for example, on the colors, I got really lucky because I had one colorist do it and it looked terrible, and then I had the second one do it and it looked like everything I ever wanted from the book. So it's more of like a tryout, kind of thing.
Right. Is this traditional watercolors?
No, it's digital, but it's pretty amazing.
Wow. Do you have separate artist and colorist, or is it one and the same person?
So the line artist is Roel Roque, and the colorist is Miriam Yasser.
All right. Right on. You got the environment. I love the lettering. Now, how far along is this in terms of completion?
Well, there's actually a full image at the bottom that would say it quicker than I could.
Nice. Yeah, I like progress images. Oh man, the old-fashioned boats. Cool. This is such a neat style. I like it a lot. Uh-oh. There's that scene from the trailer. Whoa. I dig it. And are you doing the lettering, or do you have someone hired for lettering too?
Oh no, I have a letter.
I like it. It's nice and neat, easy to read.
Yeah, I actually had a letter and I had to replace him. I just wasn't happy with how it was looking.
Gotcha. Oh, this has got to be chapter 2, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, it is. There we go. I like the way you do this. So you got a chapter image kind of telling you a snippet of the story to come. And then you got the number in the lower right corner. Cool. I like that. All right. So pencils and inks, you're almost done with that. Progress as of January 7th. This is a pretty good place to be. Almost halfway point on colors. And then letter trails it just by a little bit.
Yeah, I was going to do like a weekly update for this. So the next time I update it, the pencils will be done.
Nice. Did you do all this like page layout and color? Man, that is so cool. That background image really pulls it together. Very cool. Now available, the Detectives Zippo. Other works available. All right, so you got the previous books from your other campaigns. Day 1, 37 backers, next project cover reveal.
So if you've ever seen the movie Major League, where in the locker room they have the cardboard cutout of the owner and they pull all of for every win, they pull a piece away.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing here for the cover of the next project.
Oh, wow. You already have your next project in the works. Wow.
Yep.
Man, it looks like it might be horror themed.
You're not wrong.
Thriller. All right. That is cool. Yeah, I'm digging Noirlem. I'm looking forward to backing it. Let me see. See if I missed anything. Everyone says hello. Let's check out these perks here. So the first one is a feature tier. I always love when creators offer a feature tier. It's basically, well, most of the time it's like best bang for your buck, best way to enjoy the finished product. And here you get the book itself. Just the facts, man. For 25. Man, that's really good for 90 pages. Hoo-wee. I don't know if you've decided yet, but what kind of cover are you looking at? Is it going to be like a satin finish? You looking at more a matte finish?
Again, yeah, that's the thing that I that's like one of the only things I can't really say because it's going to, I would imagine, involve a conversation with the publisher.
Right. Gotcha. Oh, do you have an idea when you're all right? So actually, it already says you're looking to fulfill June of this year.
Yeah, the book is going to be done well before that, but since it involves a third party and I don't have control over it, I thought it would just be best to kind of push that date out and hope for the best between me and the publisher.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. The way to go. Just the fact, robot. So you got the digital version or a PDF version of the book. 24-hour sale. Has this ended or is it still ongoing? Well, I mean,
it's still going.
Basically. 24-hour sale. So you get the. Is this the book with one lighter?
Yep.
Oh wow. And you get that for $30. Okay, very nice. I like the idea of the lighter. It's it works with the theme. Then you got the comics library, all digital, huh?
Yep.
So you get all the digital copies of all these titles, 5 of them total. Now we've got the Noirlem and the, is that hard trade? Wait, hold on. Hard trade. What does HTD stand for?
How to Die.
Oh, shoot. What the hell? All right. I thought it was pointing to them being like, oh, yeah. All right. Durr. All right. Noirlem, Hard to Die. Physical bundle. Sweet. That's for $40. Play it again, Sam. 2 copies of the 90-page graphic novel. Nice. And then we got a Noirlem retail bundle. Ooh. Now there's an idea. So does that mean you get, what is that, 5 copies and 1 lighter? Or do you get a lighter? Do you get several lighters?
No, just 1.
Okay. So you get 1 lighter and 5 books. Okay. What does that come out to be? 25, 50s. 24, 60, 80, 100. Wow. Yeah, that's a pretty good deal. And then we've got the first edition bundle. So you still got physical copies of, is it the first editions of all these as well?
Yeah, I have I think 15 of Eudaimonia number 1 and 10 of Eudaimonia number 2.
Oh, all right. Well, 2 out of 10 claimed already. If you need to do any catch up, this is the best way to do it. It looks like. Get the first edition bundle while you still have a chance. There's 8 more slots. All right. Is all the artwork then digital? Artwork
Yeah.
There's not going to be associated with this campaign any. There's not going to be like
no original art.
All right. You knew where I was going with it.
Yeah.
I'm like so rusty.
That's the one thing I might not ever go back to because I did it once and it was just a nightmare.
Oh, you mean doing original art?
Yeah, I ended up losing money on it.
Oh dear. Was it because not enough pieces sold, or did it like cost?
No, it was more like the artist was just being a drama queen.
Oh, what a bummer. All right. Are there any plans further into the campaign to offer additional swag or anything like that, or are you going to keep it to the books and the lighter?
Yeah, I'm probably just going to keep it the books and the lighter. I have a secret perk that everybody's going to get, but I can't talk about what it is because it'll give the game away.
Oh.
But what I've been telling people is when they get to the end of the book and they get to the conclusion, they're going to turn the page and there's going to be something there, and the book is going to hand it to you, replicating what is happening on the page in the story. But I just can't say what it is.
So
it's like an interactive perk.
Huh. It almost sounds like, and this might not be anything close to what you have in mind, but it almost seems like that one moment in a detective story, like when you watch Poirot or Murder, She Wrote or something like that, or Monk, and you get to or Columbo, you get to the end of the episode and, then they like go, all right, I figured out who the culprit is. Here's how they did it. And then you kind of recap everything that happened in the story and what led the detective down the road to being able to solve the crime. Except you're doing it with this special top secret perk. I mean,
yep.
Top secret, yeah. And did you say it's going to be available to everyone who backs, or is it part of those who are on the early sign up email list?
No, that'll only be for people who get it through the campaign.
Oh,
no, wait, sorry, I was misunderstanding. Are you saying that, like, is this going to be like in a store when the publisher puts it in stores?
No,
no, this perk will be for everybody then.
The super secret perk is for everyone who backs the campaign itself?
Yep.
Okay, all right. It's not limited to those who got on the early sign up email list.
No.
Was there something offered in the early sign up email? Like sometimes people.
So people who join the mailing list, when they get a Zippo free with their book.
There you go.
People who aren't on the mailing list have to buy it if they want it.
All right, nice.
And then that 24-hour sale ends today. So.
Oh dear. Everybody take advantage of that now. I mean, now you don't want to miss out on the Zippo.
You don't want to miss out on this great sound.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. On my other phone, I actually had I downloaded the Zippo app, and then you had a virtual lighter on your screen, and then whenever you flipped it with your finger swipe, you'd hear that sound. So cool. That's a great idea. I like it.
Yeah, when I was thinking of perks, I was just thinking like, stickers and patches and all these things. That doesn't feel very 1920s. So I was just thinking like, well, what would? And I arrived at the Zippo.
I was about to say garter, but I don't know if that was really a thing back then.
Yeah, I'll do some Noirlem suspenders.
There you go. Cosplay as a Noirlem character next Halloween. Is Noirlem looking to be a one and done story, or is there opportunities to branch out and expand it into a series?
So the book has you know how like there's really like two endings to every story. There's the culminating denouement, and then there's the conclusion, like the end of the book. The denouement in the book, the first ending is the catching of the killer, which I don't think I'm spoiling anything by saying that's going to happen, because it's, you know, it's a mystery. You kind of expect that. But the ending is designed to set up future stories. I'm about 25 pages into the second book.
Ooh.
More jazz, more of our heroes, but the noir genre is typified by how would you call it? Complicated morality, right? So the dynamic between Coleman and Jay at the end of the book sets up a kind of complicated relationship between them in the future. So in this book, they're kind of meeting and teaming up, and you have the police detective and the amateur detective. And then the future is just kind of exploring the ramifications of them solving this huge case, and how the city, you know, so for example, like Detective Jay Baldwin, he went from being he'll go from being a rookie detective to the hotshot detective, but he can't tell anybody that the amateur detective did most of the legwork or that he had help or anything. So it creates this kind of weird thing where everybody thinks that he has all the answers. Yeah, so it's just there's a lot. I'm setting up like a playground that I can do a lot of playing in.
Nice, very cool. I don't know if this is this is something that you'd ever consider maybe down the road in the Noirlem story, but or if it's even feasible to do something like this, but you might possibly be able to like make an LP with 20s music, 20s inspired music, and maybe a track that is the theme similar to the theme music of the trailer, a track that is different tracks that point to key moments in the story, like, you know, Femme Fatale's theme when they enter, another track that covers the introduction of a mysterious stranger, another moment of a killing, you know, something like that. I know, goofy idea. Welcome, LDG.
Well, no, I see a lot of other campaigns that are talking about having soundtracks, and I genuinely don't know what that means. Like, are you making music? Like, how is this working?
I think some people hire someone they already know who does music, and
Okay.
they strike a deal to put together a soundtrack. And maybe sometimes people are going to resources like Fiverr and hiring talent
Oh, okay.
similar to how you would do voiceover talent.
Yeah.
But I think that would be something really cool. Probably down the road, because there's probably more involved than I'm thinking. Yeah, so this looks pretty dang cool. And again, the special 24-hour sale. When exactly does the 24 hours end?
What I'm gonna do is I'll be replacing it with a different one that's like 35 total. So you're basically getting the $5 discount on the Zippo, but it's gonna end in a couple hours.
Okay, yeah, because I presume it must have started yesterday sometime.
Yesterday, yeah.
When you launched. All right, so it's going to be the book and a lighter for the next perk as well, but it's going to be $5 more, so
Yep.
it'll be 35. Awesome. That's looking good. Love the interiors. I love the colors. Definitely looking forward to that. That's a hell of a good deal for 90 full color pages too. So let's see, there was chapter 1. I saw chapters 1 and 2. I guess 3 is going to be a surprise, right? Unless you did show 3. No, I don't see 3.
No, we're not there yet.
Okay.
I have it, but it's not colored.
Gotcha.
Chapter 3 is titled, I think it's just The Nature of All Things.
Okay. This looks like a lot of fun. It does. I'm trying to remember the last time we spoke. Did you say something about possibly including like a page at the end of the book that has 1920 slang?
I think I was joking about it because I think the last time we spoke, I was just researching all of the different slang that they used in the 20s. Some of it did make it into the book.
Cool. Right
but
on.
again, if I the first one that popped into my head, if I said it and then explained what it was, I'd be giving away the end of the book.
Oh, all right. Everybody, if you haven't already, definitely back this camp. Wow. That's interesting. 2 bots in a row.
Wow, the Russians are here.
Yeah.
Well, this book does take place during the Red Scare, so.
Ooh, hey, it works. Works out really well. Yeah, definitely consider backing this campaign. Ideally, ideally within the next couple of hours before that 24-hour sale expires, because that's when you're going to get the best deal, and you'll get a Zippo lighter out of it too. Also consider sharing it all over social media, and let's get this thing moving. We're at 351% funded of the flex goal. Out of curiosity, does it legit take 500 to, cover the costs, cover your expenses, or
no?
Are you trying to take advantage of the Indiegogo algorithm?
No, it's more like me personally. When I see campaigns where they have a goal set of like, $5,000 or $6,000, that might actually be a reasonable amount,
right?
But all it takes is to have a campaign get off to a rough start, and you have a campaign that's like a week in and has only raised $80. Anybody's looking at that campaign, probably, are they going to look at that and think, oh yeah, these guys have a shot? You know what I mean? So
Right.
I just keep it low. Plus, it's kind of fitting this time since I have a publisher anyway. I mean, the book is getting made, so it is an accurate reflection since it's the lowest amount that they'll let you do.
Right. Okay. All right. I just want to make sure you were able to cover your costs, your expenses, so that you don't end up in the negative on your campaigns. But yeah, what you said makes sense. Most definitely.
Sorry, my cat was throwing up, or is throwing up.
Uh-oh. Oh, you mean like hawking up a hairball?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, man. Yeah, so back it if you haven't. Back it once, back it twice, back it 3 times a lady. You do have an option, everyone, to get a retailer's tier as well. 5 books plus a lighter. And yeah, awesome. Let's play this trailer once more here. And then we'll start to bring things to a close. Play. Nice. One of the things I like about mysteries is that it can be kind of a challenge. You want to delve into the story and see if you could possibly solve the crime before the protagonists do. And I think that's a fun aspect to mysteries.
Yeah. Creating them, what's challenging is keeping everything in front of the reader. You know what I mean? Without giving everything away. So, and you have no idea. You basically have to, you're going in blind whether or not every reader is going to have a different experience and you don't know what that's going to be. So I hope I am successful with it, but it's a challenge. I'm always reminded of, we had this writer come out and speak to us in like the creative writing workshop. And he told us, well, we had a lot of writers come out, but this one I always remember because he said, when you start writing, don't have any idea how it's going to end when you sit down. And that is like the worst advice I've ever heard in my life. Like I can't even imagine functioning like that as a writer, having no idea. Starting a story and having no idea how it's going to end in a mystery sounds like a recipe for disaster.
I wonder if their point was try to keep an open mind, let your mind wander where it may, or maybe the analogy of a loose thread on clothing. You pull on the thread and then you see where it's breaking down the clothing, and you follow it down a path, sort of. I'm not sure. That's interesting. Were there any other points that I might have missed that you wanted to cover?
No, you were very exhaustive.
Okay. Very good. Very good. I want to congratulate you on the success of your campaign so far. And
thank you, sir.
Looking forward to the remainder of your launch. It started Friday, is going on today, as well as tomorrow. And I believe, if I remember correctly, that your next stop is it Indie Vault?
Yep.
All right. Nice. So everybody, be sure and back this campaign. You've got a couple hours to go before the end of the first 24 hours. Get that lighter. You know you want it. Thanks, everyone, for joining us today. You know what? I'm going to give you the floor. I'd love it if you'd share with the world how you can be found on social media.
So if you want to try and find me on Twitter, you'll have to spell out Eudaimonia Comix, and I am Raiden Radio on YouTube, as in Raiden from Mortal Kombat. I do video essays, reviews of campaigns, looking to build my channel in the next year. So come on by, throw us a sub, and shoot me a message.
Nice. Right on. All right. And as usual, you can find me at the usual spots on the internet. Most of my videos and streams will have all my social media in the description area. Thanks, everyone, for joining us in chat. You guys are awesome. Thanks to everyone who watches this on replay. And thanks especially to our very special guest, JP. You'll have a great one. Be sure and hop on over to Indie Volt's channel, where JP's going to continue the celebration and the funding of the launch of his book. Okay, y'all have a great one. Thanks very much, and we'll see you on the next stream.
Final guest that is the only person below White Holiday in the Comicsgate phone book. It's my favorite failed clone of Peter Sameti. The YouTube channel. WyzGyz. How you doing, Conrad? Welcome to the show.